Hello everyone, this is Trends21 and I am Sidra. Somebody has asked me in the comment section to start speaking English course seriously for those who are just beginners. I just want to make it clear that when we go abroad to learn English language, there is no concept of adding any other word of any other language except of English. But in Pakistan, we see in academies and in the educational institutions, there is a concept to talk in Urdu while teaching English. This is very sad because if you are not providing the chance to listen more and more about that language to which you are supposed to teach, how can you provide such an opportunity to the students to learn English completely? So in my videos, you are not going to get in the spoken classes specifically, you're not going to get any single word of Urdu. If you are confused to understand a word, just Google it up. You can find the meaning. And I will try my level best to give you the subtitles also, so you can read at a time, listen at a time, and then try to speak at a time. Generally, we see there are 4 rules to learn English language. Number 1 is listening. Number 2 is reading. Number 3 is speaking. And number 4 is writing. I am going to start from the KG course, kindergarten. How can you take it? I mean, is there any other chance to learn English from such a beginning level, such a little level? So let's get started. I am going to read a page in front of you and you are going to understand it. Just listen it in the beginning. Look, I said I think. It is not I think. We spell TH, th. It's not th. In English, if we see the native English speakers, they spell th. So we are just intended to touch the boundaries of English native speakers because we could never be touching the exact accent of them. We can just try. Okay, let's move towards today's lesson. I am going to read and you'll have to pay me attention completely. And in the first trial, you're just supposed to listen. In the second trial, you are going to try to see the difficult words only with the eyes. And in the third trial, you are going to shadow my speech. In whole this process, you must never be bothering the meanings. Means you are not going to concern the meanings in first 3 trials. It will be just a little lesson. It will take maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes. And after third time, you are going to try to think about the meanings. I hope you have understood. Let's get started with today's lesson. Look, it's a book of kindergarten level and what else you need? Just see the lesson now. It is a hot day. Mr. Mouse is hungry. He wants some food. He looks here. He looks there. He looks and looks. He cannot find any food. The days pass. Mr. Mouse is thin. The weeks pass. Mr. Mouse is thinner. A month passes. Still, there is no food. Mr. Mouse is very, very thin. I am very thin, thinks Mr. Mouse. I must eat something. Mr. Mouse goes down the path. He sees a basket of corn with a thick cloth on top. There is a hole in the basket. Mr. Mouse goes in the hole. Mr. Mouse is very thin. Mr. Mouse eats the corn. He eats and eats. I am full, he says. He does not stop. He eats and eats. Mr. Mouse is not thin now. Help, he shouts. I can't get out. Mr. Rat comes by that way. Mr. Rat says, Mr. Mouse, get thin, then you can come out. So the lesson is over. Now you are going to reverse this video, and for the second time when you are listening, you will not think about the meanings. You will just focus upon the pronunciations, the way I spoke the words. And for the third time, you will start thinking of the meanings, and you will underline the difficult words if there are any. It's a very little level. I do not think that someone can find any difficulty in it. It's a tip. Whenever you are finding a new word, try to use it in your sentence. It would be sticked to your mind. Now, I'm going to ask you the questions which are definitely included in the exercise of this story. What is Mr. Mouse looking for? Mr. Mouse is looking for food. You are going to ask yourself these questions at the end. What is Mr. Mouse looking for? Mr. Mouse is, for example, you are just questioning in another voice and answering in another voice. It will increase your confidence. Mr. Mouse is looking for food. Now, question number 2 is, how long does Mr. Mouse wait for food? Mr. Mouse waited for food almost 1 month or more than 1 month. What does Mr. Mouse find? Mr. Mouse found a basket filled with corns. Look, in the question, it is does, but when we answer, we are telling the story, and then we are going to use the past tense. Look, what does Mr. Mouse find? Mr. Mouse found a basket filled with corns. I hope you understand. Why did Mr. Rat tell Mr. Mouse to become thin? Because Mr. Mouse became very fat inside the basket, and now it was unable for him to come out of the basket. You can answer in any style. You can answer in easiest words, whatever you like. It would be very helpful for you and enjoyable also if you are solving the exercise also. What do we learn from the story? We learn that greed is very bad, because Mr. Mouse, when found a basket filled with corns, he became greedy and he started eating on, and then he found calamity. Calamity means difficulty. The lesson is over, and I am hopeful that you have enjoyed it. Now, my wish is to provide you every day one lesson. I will try my level best. Thanks for watching my videos, and try to subscribe and flourish my channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye.